I just saw The Monkey, about a young boy who comes across a toy monkey that has the power to unalive anyone nearby in various violent ways. And as an adult, he tries to contain the toy's power once and for all. This reminded me of Final Destination because each homicide is built up and ends up looking like a freak accident. The scenes where the people are unalived remind me of the final scene in Ready or Not where they explode like a balloon. It was really over the top and I didn't really like it in this movie. It was very repetitive, whereas in Ready or Not, it felt fresh because you didn't see it coming and it only happened once. And that's the problem with new ideas. Other movies that come after it copy that idea and then they run it into the ground. Granted, there are some scenes where they don't succumb to their injuries in that way. I don't mind movies that are goofy and overly violent. Hot Fuzz from 2007 is a great example of this, but for whatever reason, it didn't work for this movie. It was too cartoonish, like Looney Tunes, and I just wish those scenes looked more realistic. I would have preferred more suspense and scares, but it relied so heavily on the comedy that it took away any chance of real tension to be developed. And I thought it was boring, especially in the middle. It has a strong opening and then loses its way. This may come down to personal taste, but I just hated how they relied on comedy. It just wasn't funny. And if you're gonna be funny, be funny. I watched the trailer a while back and I did get the feeling that I wouldn't like this because it was so zany, but I still wanted to give it a chance. I also just wasn't a fan of the story itself. There really isn't much story to begin with outside of the two brothers feuding with each other. I will say I did like the lead actor. He did a good job at convincing me that he was an actual twin. He plays both roles as an adult. The last 15 minutes did pick up, and the tension and the sense of dread that I was craving did come back for one particular scene in a car, and I was pleasantly surprised. But this just ended up being short lived, and then the movie ends, and it was just a very blah experience. The toy monkey itself is very creepy, and it was wasted on this. It was just a waste of concept in general. And I give this a 4 out of 10, and I don't really recommend. Wait for VOD.